You see, what Adam and Eve would experience in the garden during this gift, if you want to call it that, of knowledge, would be they would be sped up into a new season, a whole new timeline. No longer the wholeness and the fullness of their creation and the bliss in sitting in that. No, now they are brought into an entirely new timeline, and everything is contradictory to that former timeline. And they are not prepared. And because of them not being prepared, they are at the mercy of someone that knows how to handle such a timeline. Someone that was never supposed to reign over them now has a role. Good Samaritan. And Azazel, because of that, is bound into the earth for a season until the duration of time comes that God has predetermined before all of this even happened. As the end of this age, of this cycle. You see, prior to this happening, they were already on a timeline. They were already trending. Yet they were trending appropriately. But because Azazel came and gave this information, it sped them up, fast forwarded them. They skipped the goodness. Surely they experienced the goodness. But from the moment that they got this knowledge, the goodness was over. Now they are sped up from whatever amount of time that was left for them to stand in the goodness. They were sped up, and actually the goodness was supposed to be continual. They were just supposed to incrementally build organically into the timeline that they would organically trend to, so that they could stand in dominance within that timeline, so that they would organically have the experiences necessary for them to stand in the knowledge of how to wield all of their weaponry to remain king and queen in future timelines. But because they were given the knowledge prematurely, they weren't able to do that. They were now at the mercy of something else because they have been put into something inorganically and prematurely. So now Azazel is bound to being in darkness, surrounded by jagged edges of rock until the end of this timeline. And this is the first instance of the woman. I know many people want to throw off this attention to the woman as being a one-off, but we see this is the primary focus. That these individuals never focus on Adam. They focus on her. Now I'm going to fast forward. So we know Azazel has been bound. And he's been ascribed to all sin. He carries the deepest and the most heftiest punishment because he laid the groundwork for it all.